I haven't heard this yet. I've heard that this is classic Keith Olbermann.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is.
On the 15th of October, 1894, a fervently patriotic, almost jingoistic Frenchman stepped onto the office of the Minister of War in Paris. He had been told he was simply attending a review, and he was still not suspicious, even as another man slammed a hand on his shoulder and arrested him for treason. Just 82 days later, he was convicted, stripped of his military rank, sentenced to life imprisonment, and sent to a fortress in Guyana. He was, of course, utterly and totally innocent. All of the evidence against him had been fabricated, some of it literally stitched together, with the parts that would have exonerated him edited out. But religious fervor and xenophobia had gripped his country, and his ethnic group was in the minority, at a time when the majority was trying to paint that minority as evil and subversive and bigoted beyond all reason against the majority. Those in government who knew his innocence stayed silent in a foolish and ill-fated attempt to govern on behalf of all of the people, even the irrational and the hateful and the prejudiced. Those in the press who did not grab at the circulation and the profits that the hatred and the scapegoating would bring them were literally chased out of the country.
Stop just a second. Stop just a second. Is he making the point that that's what's about to happen to people like us because he sits and sits quietly? Is that what he's...
Please. That might be valid.
Right. As Keith, as anyone who is speaking out is rounded up or is shot in the head or mysteriously has an accident or is chased out of the country or is just driven out of business, whatever the ends are, you should remind yourself of this cute little story. Go ahead.
5 years before the man was pardoned, nearly 11 before he was fully exonerated and restored to active service. His name, of course, was Captain Alfred Dreyfus.
Of course.
Of course it was. Of course. His name, of course, is Richard Alfred Dreyfus. Oh. Why did you just say Dick? His name, of course, Dick. Oh. And then your wife would say,
that's amazing.
Who's Dick? Richard Allen Dreyfus.
Dreyfus, you simpleton. How could you not
I got my degree at an agriculture school, you simpleton. Now plow that field. What a dope. Is there more?
Here's this wonderful point.
Was Devil's Island.
Oh, boy.
Oh, God.
Well, we need to congratulate ourselves. How far we have come. We can pull a Dreyfus faster than the French could in 1894. 82 days until they sent him to Devil's Island. We did it to Shirley Sherrod in 48 hours. We, the howling fools of the far right, the stand-aside pathetic bureaucrats of the Department of Agriculture, the whole of the cowering media, this network included, the whole of the government, this self-defeatingly above-it-all president included. It is a merciful byproduct of the swiftness with which we can ruin somebody's life today, that the real truth will also emerge at nearly the same lightning speed if we're lucky. But no matter how much of a stretch it is to compare Shirley Sherrod to Alfred Dreyfus.
Oh, and it is.
It is. It's quite a stretch.
Come on.
Quite a stretch. Shirley, tell me about Devil's Island. Tell me about that. Seriously.
The hell of talking to CNN for 2 straight days. Tell us about that.
Just a second. Shirley, I take that back. You have been on Devil's Island. I've been there. I know.
Shirley Sherrod has been to her own Devil's Island. And thanks to the perpetual fraud machine that is Fox News and the scum that is this assassin Breitbart, there will be a portion of...
Breitbart! This
Tell me about this Breitbart. Tell me about this scoundrel.
This Breitbart.
He is such a joke.
This country, the mindless, the hateful, the reactionary, the racist, to whom she is forever convicted and ever imprisoned. I have sat behind this desk for 7 years and pushed back at these counterfeit journalists as a man might stand at the shore and try to push back the tide.
Back the tide.
I have sat at this desk for 7 years, and my ratings tell me that I'm not going to be sitting here for very much longer.